Good days, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to quickly introduce the team members. They are Muhammad Haziq, Muhammad Haji Khairi, Ahmad Muhajir, and me myself, Muhammad Faris bin Muhammad Ali from Universiti Teknologi Malaysia. Now let's get started. Have you ever heard that nearly all the countries in the world have promised to improve the planet by 2030, including Malaysia? They have committed themselves to these global goals, also known as the Sustainable Development Goals (SDG) outlined by the United Nations in 2015. As an introduction, first we must analyze on the Sustainable Goals development, where the number 3 is to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. Our goal today is to help you understand on how our innovation product helps sustaining the future generation by fulfilling humans' ever-growing needs. As all known, face mask is an essential item for people since we are living in this new norm called pandemic COVID-19. The innovation that we will introduce is using plastic waste as an alternative material for a mask. How to get the sources? First, we propose to organize a campaign to collect recycled material, which is the plastic bottle. Next, we will send the item to the company which we will be collaborating. Then it will be processed to form into a new product, which is the face mask. Okay, for the collaboration party, we will be collaborating with Karish SDM PhD, which provide end-to-end total waste management services ranging from recycling. So this company had been in collaborating with local university students starting in the year of 2009. This company gives services which by producing recycled plastic material such as polyethylene, polypropylene and polycarbonates. So our aim is to produce the PET pellets needed from recycled plastic bottle, then it will be transferred to any manufacturing mask company to produce the face mask.
Moving on to the ingredients in the making of this face mask. First, the filament product is made from the recycled polyethylene terephthalate, or commonly called as PET. This filament will be used together with spandex to form chiffon. To make a mask, we need a sheet of tightly woven cotton and also 2 sheets of chiffon. Common materials for a mask is tightly woven cotton plus natural silk or flannel and cotton killed with cotton polyester batting. Examples of products containing PET are carpets, clothing, ropes, automotive parts, construction materials, and protective packaging. There are several steps of procedures in the making of this product. First, collect trash, then the waste was then sorted. Second, the recovered plastic was then sent to the Adidas plant. Third, there are the things that can't be used like caps were sent to the normal recycling facilities. Fourth, our processing plant crush, wash and dehydrate the waste and it will become small plastic flakes. The flakes will be then heated, dried and cooled into small resin pellets. Fifth, these pellets will be melted to create a filament and then spun to become ocean plastic. As a precaution, we need to keep in mind that our building block is polyester. We need to avoid washing the face mask because the microfiber created may end up causing pollution. In other words, wash it less often, which we make it one-time use only. This For the instructions, surgical face masks are made with non-woven fabric, which has better bacterial filtration and air permeability, while remaining less slippery than woven cloth. The material most commonly used to make them is polypropylene. In this project, we use recycled PET. This will not create an issue since face masks can also be made of polystyrene, polycarbonate, polyethylene, or polyester. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning I bid to my fellow judges and my friends. My name is Haziq Khairi and I will continue the presentation to tell you about the technology to make the Plasmask. The first step in this process is to collect the bottles that will be turned into fabric. Once the bottles are collected, the clear bottles are separated out from the other colored bottles. Clear bottles will create white yarn and colored bottles will naturally create green yarn, whatever color the bottle was. The next step is to shred the bottles into tiny pieces, or we call it the plastic flakes, and separate out the caps and labels from the bottle material. After this, the shredded material is dried. Moving on, now it is time for the shredded bits to start their transformation into something that can be used again. This happens with a machine called an extruder. The plastic is heated and forced to tiny holes which resemble something like a shower head to create fibers. The fibers are fine long continuous strands. Next, they are torn apart into short pieces so the fiber is in continuous strands. It's then baled and is finally ready to be turned into yarn. The final step in turning the bottles into yarn can now occur. This consists of carding, which is a machine that aligns all the fibers in the same direction, and then a spinning machine that makes the yarn. Now the yarn can be woven into fabric, completing its cycles from bottle to fabric, creating a useful product out of something that can quite often get tossed into the trash. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, for the profit, collaboration company will get with the amount of 30% to our recycled company, 30% to manufacturing company, 30% to investor, and 10% to volunteers. Since it is collaboration, the production of face masks from plastic will give a very low cost. This is because the sources are from surrounding where we collect all the recycled plastic bottles.
Let's go further with the Plasmask impacts to environment. Firstly, Plasmask could reduce plastic pollution. Plastic pollution occurs when plastic has gathered in an area and has begun to negatively impact the natural environment and create problems for plants, wildlife, and even the human population. Often, this includes killing plant life and posing dangers to local animals. Plastic is an incredibly useful material, but it is also made from toxic compounds known to cause illness, and although it is meant for durability, it is not biodegradable. Secondly, it can save marine life. We believe as we recycle the plastic bottle and turn it into a face mask, we can also achieve one of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals (UN SDG), which is number 14 goals. The number 14 goals is life below water. Nowadays, plastic bottles can be found littered almost anywhere you go, and most of plastic that is littered will end up in the ocean. So why does plastic is related to marine life? It is because some of animals can mistake plastic for food. When an animal eats the plastic, their digestive systems could get clogged up and end up them to starve to death. Not only that, sometimes it could make animals like turtle choke to death. So, as we reduce the plastic bottles, we can save the marine life. Thirdly, the importance of resource conservation. As we know, plastic bottles are made from plastic known as polyethylene terephthalate, or known as PET, which is produced using oil. So, by recycling the plastic bottles, it will help to conserve oil, which is non-renewable natural resource available only in limited supply. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, it estimates that recycling 1 ton of plastic conserves approximately 3.8 barrels of crude oil. Fourthly, it reduced the cost to produce a face mask. With the technology of transforming plastic bottles into PET through polymerization, which is a strong fiber, we are able to overcome the use of cotton in apparel, which is very costly compared to polyester, which is more affordable.
Let me briefly restate these main points. First, plastic pollution was already one of the greatest threats to our planet before the coronavirus outbreak. Since COVID-19, we can see that the rise of mass pollution increases along with the plastic pollution. Next, single-use masks are made from polypropylene, a fossil fuel-derived plastic that takes 100 years to break down. Last but not least, we can help to reduce the pollution by turning recycled plastic into our face masks. We have great challenges and great opportunities, and with this innovation, we will reach our goal to improve the planet by 2030 and make it the best year in our history. Thank you all for being here today and taking the time to patiently listen to what we had to say. We wish you all a blessed day.